upset, and I was so worried that maybe I couldn't complete my PhD. Then we discussed again with Abir, and then we decided to go to the higher education institutions. Now I feel that it's great, because even though when I'm working, or honestly, believe me, even though when I'm attending the interviews, I always share my experience which I got in UWS. Still I'm applying the ideas which Abir told me in 2015 or 2016. For example, even in Abbottabad, they asked me, do you want to do some kind of a voluntary research work, and then share your experience with students? And I was the first person said yes, because I have done that in UWS. And some of my colleagues was laughing. Why did you, like, it seems you are, I seems like kind of eagerly try to do that. So far, just I moved to Abbottabad a month ago. Therefore, still I'm not very familiar with my student. However, I do have confidence that we have done something in UWS. And again, I share that experience to my head of the division. And even I said that during my interviews. And some of the people who were attended that interview, one of the colleagues, he asked me, you told the very interesting story, is that real? And I told him, yes, it was real. And when I tried to get the job in Coventry University, I shared all of the experience, whatever I have done. I didn't prepare some extra technique for the interviews actually, but they said, if they practically we have done something in university, this is really crucial for your employment. And we published a blog as well, which is related to the hidden curriculum, which is really helpful to get the employment. Like, for example, Abir introduced earlier, especially when I was doing my quantitative analysis, I was really crying for a week or so. And then when I shared that experience to my friend, I think he's already in Northampton University, or maybe he's already in like associate professor position, I don't know, but he told me, even though I have done 38 times, he said, no, Mahalakshmi, don't worry, I have done more than 50 times. Then I think, okay, I'm not the only one PhD student who is suffer from this kind of activities. When we submit the work to the paper, we do have like lots of rejection. When we work something and put that in a bin because this is not related at the end of our work. And when we are sharing our worries, our anxiety, or our fear with other PhD students, this is very helpful. This is very helpful. And the other part is sometimes we do have very general questions, and then we may scared to ask to our lecturer or professor, but we can ask any kind of a silly question with our friend. Believe me, I asked one of my friend who has helped me, I asked him how to download the software. Honestly, I didn't know. Therefore, firstly, I asked him, can I ask any kind of silly question to you? And he said, yes, you can ask anything related to your PhD. Then I asked him, and this is the way I learned. And again, the YouTube, I learned quite a different technique from YouTube. And now the good thing is, at least now I can say, okay, I can do, or I can use this software. For example, Gradle, that is free. And I think that is a very good idea, even in your academic career or your practical, maybe industry work experience, you can use that anywhere because that is free. And this kind of ideas or this kind of technique which I learned in UWS, this is very valuable. I think you can believe when you go to your work experience, when you go to your practical field anywhere in the world, this is really, really useful. And then other part is maybe I'm a bit kind of a curious person, or I don't mind to work any time, let's say day or night or any hours. Maybe that is another part. And obviously the base is Dr. Abir, because she always encourage us to do something extra. And then if we do have problem, never shy to ask, because as an international student, we do have various problems related to our documentation, visas, our academic progression, and the other challenge like our PhD journey. related to our subject or related to our research. Therefore, as an international student, I should say maybe at least not the double, but at least 1.5 times we have to work hard because of the different culture, because of the different requirement related to our papers, different requirement related to our progression or related to our results. Likewise, when we have done our voluntary work, it's very good experience I do have actually. Sometimes when I'm sharing my experience, I always share this point. When I was supervising a master's student, and we have done the quantitative analysis, and he completed his dissertation and he scored a distinction. He told me, oh, Mahalakshmi, I think he told me the number as well, more than 80%. And I was so happy. And I asked him, did you understand what I tried to say to you at that time? He said, yes, I understand more clearly than my mom. And I was so surprised. Who is your mom? And he told me his mom was the head of the division, and she was my internal examiner for my whole PhD journey. And I didn't know that. And then I thought, okay, I can be in the academia. That means my student can understand me. And he told me, okay, it's very clear, but due to my, let's say, accent, maybe I was worried as an, obviously English is not my first language. And he told me, no, it's very clear. Then I had a kind of confident, that is my base point. I thought that, okay, then I can be in the academia. And then I tried to apply for a job. That was the point. Before that, I didn't have that kind of confidence or courage, let's say. I didn't think that I can be in a UK academic profession. And that was my first point. And then later on, we work we have done the publication. Like before, the Viva 1 publication was already there. And then second publication, we have done third round revision already. Therefore, that point was still again begin from the Dr. Abid's suggestion. When we changed our study sector, when I started the UK higher education, and still when I'm working here, and then when I'm planning to do the research, I'm planning to do the research related to the UK universities. That means most of my colleagues used to be kind of curious. Okay, you are doing the research related to the universities, then where is the, like, what is the position for our university, for example, maybe in terms of student satisfaction or in terms of research. Therefore, I think still that is very valuable. And still we are working towards that higher education sector. Still, I do have some planning to do further work as well. Therefore, as from my experience, I believe that that is not only the let's say focus point or base, which is your research. Obviously, our research is the main backbone for us. However, other aspect which we can learn from the universities, that is very crucial as well. Even though sometimes, even though we do not realize that, because we thought that we need to do our research, we need to focus on our research or our publication. However, our social aspect or our networking aspect is very crucial. For example, even though when we are being in our industry or being in the academia, we need some friend to do the work together. And at least if we can make, let's say, some friends, we can ask some questions, because in our working life, we do have questions. Maybe every day we do have something there and you need to ask. And in terms of all these social factors, UWS is the great university, very good environment. I think hardly we can get this kind of environment within the university, because this is very unique aspect. And this is me. Thank you very much. Any questions, please go ahead.
Thank you very, very much, Mahalakshmi. Thank you very much for freeing your time and come to speak to your colleagues. Actually, I think two of your students are here, Noreen and Sabuda. If you remember, Noreen and Suboda, both of them were master students in the MSc Finance and Accounting with SIMA. And I asked Mahalakshmi and other PhD students, do you mind if you can, help these students, because most of them are international students and they really need help. So, Suboda and Noreen, do you want to say something about your experience with this?
Yes, Dr. Abir. So as you can remember, it was my very first international degree when I started my master's, and I was very confused, and I was, my first class was financial management. I can remember I cried when I came home. I didn't understand anything. But I can remember I went to your room and you were telling me, no, you will be fine. And I started getting that confidence. And when you introduced Mahalakshmi and Jamiu, and I think Jamiu, I was in Jamiu's group, and that project really helped because I got so many advice on my separate modules, and they shared their experience. It was really, really helpful. Because end of the day, I finished my master's with the distinction, and it was really helpful. And later on, I think me and Suboda, we both got the same opportunity to work again as a mentor. And then while I was sharing my experience, while I was doing doing that mentoring, I applied the same strategy that Mahalakshmi and Jamiu applies. So it was like a very good chain of, it was a very good learning process to first get the support and was providing the same support. So yes, thank you so much, Dr. Ravi, and it was a really, really good experience.
Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I think my experience and Navreen's experience are quite similar because we know each other since 2015. We did our masters together. We both got distinction. She got the court medal, and yeah. So I mean, as Dr. Mahalakshmi said, it's really important to have a colleague like you to share your experience. So I'm so glad that I got my colleague Navreen and also Dr. Abir, and also I knew Mahalakshmi since Dr. Mahalakshmi since 2015. So, like sharing experience it really works. So it's really important to have someone, who will support you throughout this journey, because it's not an easy journey. So yeah, so I'm so glad. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Guys, any of the audience, do you want to ask any questions to Mahalakshmi? Any other questions? Or any discussion or any point?
Hi, Amira. I just want to add something in the experiences of my, seniors. I'm just in my first year, I just completed my first year of PhD, but I did masters from the UWS in 2020. And in 2019, when I just started my masters, it was 4 or 5 years gap between my studies back in home and then come back to studies again. And I didn't understand anything similar. I had the similar experience, and I was crying and I was telling my husband, I think I can't study. It's harder for me. I can't study. I can't. And he was continuously supporting me. He said, you can do it. And when I finished my master, I finished with distinction. And I was like, okay. Then what I learned from my 1.5 year journey, that everything is a process. You just cannot get everything. You just once enter in the room and you got everything. No, you have to, go for the hidden treasure. You will learn, and it's a process. You will learn at the end of this process. At the start of the process, everybody is same. And next semester, when I saw the same situation with the other students who came from the same door I came last year, and I started helping them, and they frustrated and they were upset, and I was telling everybody, don't get upset, don't get frustrated. It's a process, it's a journey. You will learn at the end. and I did overview their, language problem was there. I just overview their assignments, I guide them, whatever I can do, I did for them. And then I feel back in home, like when you are in your student life, you feel some students are very like doing something in a silos. They want to achieve something extra, so they don't share. But what I learned, share your knowledge, you will gain more. It's not a thing to hide it or to keep it to yourself. It's a thing to give others. So this is what I learned from a master's degree. But as long as PhD degree, thank you. As long as PhD degree, me and the people who started in 2020 and 2021, honestly speaking, we are sitting at home. I don't know who is doing PhD. I don't know anybody else. And I feel so lonely for 1 year. But when you started these sessions, it's third session. I'm continuously attending each session because I want to learn from the other people who did their PhD and what strategy they did. Dalia, I was very much inspired by her journey, and the others who are doing or near to complete their journey. And I learn from others. Whatever they say, Dalia gives some suggestion, I just put it in, I just write it down. Somebody give it, so I'm collecting the choices what the other hunted, and I'm going through the same procedure. So it helped me, and I really appreciated this session. So I know you, I know other people, I know the same problems I'm facing.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you very much, Amina. I'm telling everyone, not only my students, I'm telling everyone I meet, what is the point of acquiring knowledge? If I die tomorrow, I should give it to somebody else. If I acquire knowledge and I keep it to myself, that's it. This is the end of knowledge. But if I share my knowledge and I share, how to do this to all my PhD students, to all my colleagues, to all early career researchers, to all the new academics, because I know that academic job is tough. So you really need someone to help you to show you where is the direction. I did struggle a lot at the beginning of my academic career. There is no anyone to help, or it might be the other way around. I was so embarrassed to ask. I thought, because I'm coming from a culture that, if you ask for something, that means you are stupid. I said, oh, no, I'm not going to ask. They will say, oh, I'm not understanding anything. But honestly, this is awful. If you don't ask, you don't get. And this is what the struggle I was facing during all my academic life. I don't want anybody to feel the same as I did. This is why I'm helping. And honestly, helping each other will not take anything from you. So if Amina helped, Mahalakshmi, or Mahalakshmi helped Noreen, or Noreen helped Subodh, this will not affect or will not reduce the capability of Mahalakshmi or the capability of, no, to be very honest, I found it the opposite way around. The more I help people, the more I can see, for example, my PhD students are progressing and in their career and finding job. I'm always over the moon, because that's mean I'm a successful as well. So if I help them to be succeeded, that means I'm successful. And hearing this is not the first time for me to hear Mahalakshmi saying the same, that she implemented the same approach because she found it useful, and the same for Noreen and Subodh. This is amazing, because what helped for you, what worked for you, might help for others. And again, this kind of working together and helping each other and supporting each other and listen to each other, because by the end of the day, I think we learned from COVID that nothing important rather than kind of being for each other. Thank you very, very much, Mahalakshmi. Thank you very, very much for that. Thank you for everyone who talked today. Before you leave, if you please can just fill this as usual to let me know if you find the session useful or not. This would be absolutely great.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Of course. Let me do this and we'll listen to your question. That's absolutely fine.
And it's great. Thank you so much, Abir. Even when I was in Coventry, I had some master's student, and they shared their experience. Like they said, they feel a bit kind of a comfort to share their experience to me. And usually they said sometimes they do have kind of a hard time from their supervisor. And I usually tell them, do you know, still I'm here and I done my PhD in 2020. Sometimes I'm chatting my supervisor, how are you? It's a long time. I haven't been in touch. And are you okay? And they kind of surprised. Are you texting your supervisor? Yes. And if you want, you can text me, and then you can tell me if you are okay, even though you are in your industry work or in your PhD journey. And most of them were very positive. Therefore, let me say in Abote, I haven't done that yet because just I started here. Therefore, this idea works everywhere, even though you are in any kind of a sector, because as a human being, we are not 100%. We do have some positive aspect and negative aspect. Therefore, we need support and networking. It's really crucial. We need that for all of our career, or I should say all of our life, because we never know what will gonna happen. Thank you so much.
Can I just say something? Because, because the thing is, I have heard so many stories of, I mean, to be very honest, me and Navrin, we both are very lucky because we got Dr. Abir as our supervisor. That's, I mean, but I have heard so many horrible stories about students being neglected, poorly treated by their supervisors. So I was wondering, like, it's better to have some sort of sessions for those students who are planning to, start a PhD regarding like how to select a supervisor, what qualities that you should look for a supervisor. I mean, it's just a thought that, came from mind.
I will tell you something, I will not talk about how to select a supervisor, because selecting a supervisor is based on hundreds of thousands of criteria. And as a PGR, it depends on the activity plan, it depends on the area, it depends on the discipline, it depends on whatever. But we can, I think that you can share your, I don't want to say problems, but you can share your concern with other PhD students. Not all the supervisors are the same, but at the same time, they are doing all their best to help you and support you and working, etc. We are running a celebration event at some point in November for those who achieved who got a paper accepted or published in a conference or published a blog. Of course, we are so restricted because of the number of people who attend, so it's only 50. But I asked for a virtual, so for all of you, you are invited to join the session virtually. And I think something like this will encourage everyone to speak with their supervisor. We really need to publish. We really need to do this. We really need to do that. So I really need to create this kind of positive rather than the negative. Even if someone come to you with kind of negative experience, just to calm them down and then tell them that, of course, not everybody is the same, but at the same time, you can find a way. Always look. I'm always, just holding the cup. Look at the other half of the just try to turn anything negative into positives. Yes, the supervisor is not responding to me, but yes, I can do this, or I can work on that, because by the end of the day, it's not the responsibility. It's not 100% the responsibility of the supervisor. You can do your work as well. With helping, with kind of communicating with the supervisor. I don't think that if you keep communicating regularly with the supervisor will neglect you. I don't think this is the case at all. But sometimes when supervisors are very, very busy with teaching, with admin, with their research, with doing this, sometimes they forgot to communicate with you. So just sit and wait until your supervisor come and email you saying, where are you? Sometimes when, if you can wait for months. But why you are not taking the initiative step and saying, oh yeah, I did not hear from my supervisor. Okay, I will drop him an email or drop her an email. I really need a meeting. I really need to discuss this. He or she will find some time for you. So don't wait. Always react. Take the reaction, attitude, and take the positive attitude, and speak with other PhD students. It does not matter to be from your area. Any other, now we having this BDP sessions for BCI and School of Business and Creative Industry and the School of Education Social Science. So you can talk to each other, talk to anyone, attending, learning, even attending conference, having increased the network, talk about it. See, yes, don't ever ashamed of any concern you have in the PhD. You don't know how to learn, the same as Alex, how to learn to do quantitative, just step by step. And if you don't ask, you don't get. There is no such a question called a silly question. And there is no a concern called a silly, or no. And the mental health is very important. Let's face it. You have to be enthusiastic all the time. If you lose this, you really need to inject yourself with more positive attitude. So yes, I'm happy, by the way, to arrange some sessions for first years, but I don't want to kind of exclude them and saying, yeah, this is only for first years. But if anybody from first year here and you need something specific, let me know. And because I do have some free time, because I'm already arranging this every 2 weeks, so I do have some free time. I can squeeze something for first year for experience or something. Happy to do so. So we'll take it from there. Thank you very, very, very much, Dr. Mahalakshmi, and thank you for coming. And I know that I kind of asked you in the last minute, and you didn't say no. So you have teaching up until after 12, and you joined.
Yeah,
Really,
thank you so much. Thank you so much. And
very well.
it's my pleasure to share my experience with another colleague. And it's very great feeling. Thank you so much, Dr.
Yeah,
Abir and Noreen and Subodha. I met you there, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping to be there once again. Let's see. I will be.
Thank you,
I will turn
Mahalakshmi,
up in Paisley
yeah.
some point. Yeah.
Yes, and I forgot to mention that the support I received in masters, and I got the same support in my PhD as well, because I was stuck with my analysis, and then Mahalakshmi helped me with my quantitative part. So thank you so much, and
You are very
hopefully-
welcome.
Yeah.
And I wish you very all the best. I think you are nearly there now.
Yeah, hopefully I will be submitting my PhD thesis very, very soon.
All the very best. And thank you so much, and all the very best for all of the PhD candidates
you.
there. And
Thank you.
believe me, you are very lucky there. You do have very good support. It's very rare to get this kind of very friendly support in every university.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
the truth. Yeah. Thank you so
very
much.
You are very
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
bye-bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Guys, anyone wants to ask anything before we leave? No? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhi.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Abir.
Thank you. Bye-bye. 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 Take care.